Good morning, Thailand. My name is Alex.
And I'm Jay.
And we've got some news updates for you from around the land of smiles today, this Tuesday, June 24th. Now, before we begin, please remember to subscribe to the Thaiger to stay up to date on all things Thailand. Now, today, we'll be talking about the continuing political fallout plaguing the Thai Prime Minister. We'll talk about how Thais really feel about the prospect of casinos in the kingdom, and a little later, a real-life case of William Tell in Koh Samui, where a woman was saved from a crossbow attack by an Apple product.
Okay.
Anyways, Jay, before we get into it, can we hear a word from our sponsor?
Well, let me tell you, Alex, Fazwaz, the Thailand's largest real estate portal. If you've ever thought about buying, selling, renting, looking at properties, watching 3D tours, getting in contact to find out more information if this unit is available, Fazwaz.com is the place to be.
Absolutely. Go check it out. Thailand's best real estate portal, if I do say so myself. I got a couple of plugs, Jay. Do you mind?
Tell me.
Tan, can you pop them up?
Oh, God. I'm going to regret this. Have you made another poster again?
I have. Guys, coming up on July 4th, we will have two shows. Wrong one first, but that's okay. We are going to Pattaya Night Live. Again, we're doing it. It's 4th of July weekend, but this is on July 5th. Featuring a very, very good stand-up comedian, Eric James. He's performed in all the big comedy clubs all across America. Now he's taken up shop here in Bangkok, and we're taking him down on the road to Pattaya. So check out Pattaya Night Live. The tickets are available on Mega Tix now for the stand-up comedy Freedom Special, also including American and it's Canada Day.
Does this even have anything to do with you?
It does. I'm hosting it. I should have thrown the Thaiger logo on there too. I'm sorry. I was
like, I don't see you or Thaiger on there. I was like, why are we promoting
it's my event. My face gets enough around anyways. So yeah, if you are in Pattaya that weekend, please go book your tickets at megatix.com. But that's not the only one. Quick, Tan, the other one. Because we're doing Bangkok Night Live too, baby, the night before. That'll be on the 4th of July. And Jay, you will be getting tickets to that, my friend.
Nice.
Maybe I'll give some away to some of our fans here on the Thaiger. You don't have that promo up? All right.
Give me to Pattaya Night Live.
Oops, okay. That's why you said it was the same picture. Yeah. We'll talk about that again later. But yeah, you can look up Bangkok Night Live or Pattaya Night Live. Boom. All right, I'm done. On to the news stories. Let's go. Then thank you for supporting Tony and Sam. All right, our first story. We got a couple, actually, regarding the ongoing turmoil that Paetongtarn Shinawatra is dealing with in the fallout of the Cambodian phone call scandal.
Yeah.
Apparently, coming up later this week, 150,000 protesters are expected to rally against the Thai Prime Minister at Victory Monument. That's right. Over 150,000 people are expected to gather at Victory Monument on June 28th in a mass protest demanding Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra's resignation. Led by the Ruam Palang Pendin group, organizers emphasize that the rally is not a call for military intervention, but a peaceful stand for national sovereignty, particularly in light of perceived government mishandling of the Thai-Cambodian border issue. Protest leaders Juttapon and Pantep chose Victory Monument for its symbolism of reclaimed national territory. They have also pledged to minimize disruption to nearby hospitals and urged focus on the leaked call with Hun Sen, stressing its implications over its origin. The protest could mark a turning point in Thai politics. Man, I don't know about this. 150,000 people. I'd be very surprised if it was actually that big of a number.
Yeah. I think a lot of the officials and people working in government are enraged. I don't know how enraged the locals are.
Yeah. For me, this is one of those weird situations where I'm wondering what is the motivations of these organization leaders? Because they're saying, look, this isn't a call for military intervention. This kind of a thing is maybe what would directly lead to it, right? So I always saw the Pheu Thai party. Obviously, there were big issues with the election, right? You had Kun Pita, who actually got the most votes and was kept out of power. I saw the Pheu Thai installation of power and the return of the Shinawatra family dynasty as sort of a middle ground between what could have been with the Move Forward party and what we've seen in the past with military takeovers and things like that. So I saw it as an easy middle ground. So I'm nervous to see the story unfold in a way where Pheu Thai loses power and then the vacuum, because I don't like if they lose power, I don't see anyone besides the military being able to take it. So that would be a step backwards, I think, in my book. So I'm just keeping my eye on this and hoping for the best.
Stay Stay safe, Alex. All right. Well, we'll move on to our next story. Continuing on the topic of politics and the Thai Prime Minister, as the Thai Prime Minister faces possible suspension as legal pressure mounts. Thai Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra may face suspension by the Constitutional Court following a petition from the Senate's Blue Party, with a ruling expected next week. If suspended, Deputy Prime Minister Pumitam could step in as caretaker. Legal expert Paisal warns the Prime Minister's refusal to resign or dissolve Parliament amid declining support has intensified political tension. Now, like Alex said earlier, a major 150,000 strong protest is also expected, and although martial law powers have been activated at the border, a full military coup is considered unlikely. Meanwhile, legal scrutiny and cabinet reshuffle rumors continue, with calls for the Pheu Thai party to prioritize national over internal political issues. That's the thing that you really need to be worried about. The C word. We don't want to say it too often, but nobody wants a coup at the moment. Nobody wants martial law. Nobody wants the repeat of what commonly, I can say, happens in Thailand over the past few decades.
Yeah, it's a strange Game of Thrones situation we've got, where we've got political scandals and a lot of power players making moves. How the cards will fall, we still don't know, but we're gonna keep our eye on it and keep you guys informed about what the hell's going on. All right, on to some more classic Tiger tales. We got cannabis shops getting raided for selling unapproved edibles. There are approved.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is, but be careful what you're buying out there at the cannabis dispensaries, because Thailand's public health minister Somsak led a surprise raid on 20 cannabis shops in Bangkok, uncovering unauthorized cannabis-infused sweets. 2 outlets, which will remain unnamed for now, as we don't want to get in trouble with defamation laws, they were found selling products without FDA approval, while another was penalized for documentation failures. The crackdown, following Prime Minister Paetongtarn's directive, aims to halt illegal drug distribution and ensure THC content stays below the legal limits. So
interesting how this story is coming up now. I mean, these stores have been around for the past couple of years, and approved gummies. I mean, it feels like someone has snitched, or they're trying to prove a point regarding some specific.
I'm just like, is it legal or not? Like, I don't know. It's pretty frustrating, and there are plenty of edible companies that have gotten Thai FDA approval. It does appear that the market is flooded with non-FDA approved ones, but enforcement seems to be, it's kind of one of these things where they raid 20 places. Okay, you're doing something that probably a lot of other places are doing, but they hold up the head as an example, and it's a warning to the rest of the industry. So, well, you've been warned, everybody. Maybe just make sure that you're only selling approved edible products, because there are plenty of those on the market. All right. Well,
we're going to move on to our next story, talking about majority of Thais reject casino-linked entertainment complexes. Wow. Are casinos bad for Thailand? Well, a new NIDA poll reveals that a majority of Thais oppose government plans to introduce entertainment complexes with casinos. Over 56% reject the idea outright, while only 24% support it. Even with potential revenues of up to 39 billion baht and strict anti-money laundering measures, resistance remains high. 84% still disapprove of gambling if gambling is involved. Only a small minority favor casino-free entertainment venues. Public opposition stems from moral and social concerns, with nearly 62% supporting a national referendum to decide the matter. Despite economic arguments, the proposed complexes face strong nationwide skepticism and uncertain legislative prospects.
I mean, they say, okay, 39 billion baht, we're going to make a lot of money. Who's going to make it, right? And where's that money going to come from? It's going to be coming from us rubes and suckers who enjoy a little bit of blackjack. And then it's just going to be the casino owners and entertainment complex owners that get rich.
It's fairly simple and easy to understand why the locals would not care. Like, this doesn't really do anything for us. Are you saying that the billions you're going to get, are you going to improve our public transportation, our roads, the flooding problem, the crop burning from the north, the PM 2.5 pollution? Probably not.
This was just...
Probably not.
There is another aspect about this, though, because Cambodia has legal gambling, right?
Yeah.
So as this Cambodia-Thailand feud continues to fuel, a lot of people are now seeing the casinos as a way to drive off tourism from Cambodia and suck it over into Thailand too. So there's a bit of nationalism at play too now, but apparently still majority of Thais not really approving it. But since when does that matter in Thailand?
But then again, like casino tourism, I think it's also like not everyone has have the funds to even do casino tourism. Yes, there are people with hundreds of thousands or millions who come for that casino tourism, but a lot of the people are just going to end up walking in shorts and slippers and play the slot machine, and it'll be fun, take a couple of pictures and leave.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to my temple now. I'm gonna go down Khasan Road or Soy Cowboy. I don't know.
Yeah, it's one of if you build it, they may come. I'm not sure, but
They may come.
the problem here is still gambling is typically a tax on the poor
It's
who
a
go in. Yeah,
huge gambling problem in Thailand.
there already is, right? Like so, we'll find out. All right, well, on to our next story. We got a real life case of William Tell
Okay.
coming out of Koh Samui. An iPhone saves a woman from a crossbow attack on Koh Samui.
Nice.
A Norwegian woman narrowly survived a crossbow attack in Koh Samui after her iPhone 12 mini, what year is it, blocked a shot aimed at her head. Good God. The suspect, 56-year-old Elmer, what a name, allegedly fired the weapon while drunk and enraged during a late-night outburst. As the victim, Miss Pia, called police, Elmer returned with a crossbow and fired, hitting her phone instead of her. He fled, but was later arrested at Suratani bus terminal following a court-issued warrant for attempted murder. He now faces prosecution as Thai authorities pursue charges related to the violent attack. So this is a little Norwegian on Norwegian crime in Koh Samui.
I didn't even know that phone existed.
Yeah.
What? An iPhone 12 mini.
Yeah. Like, I guess
There
that's
we
what
go.
we're talking about. But pretty wild. She just,
Old
like,
phones are
held it
just
up
built
and-
strong, It would have been a great marketing ploy if she still had like a Nokia, the old ones with Snake 1 on it.
Apparently the mini did the trick.
Yeah, I didn't want to give up the games.
No, what a story. I can't believe this. That's
Apple saving lives. That's the headline.
Indeed. Yeah. You're familiar with William Tell, right? Like the whole he shoots the
I have
apple
no
off the
idea who
head.
that
Like
is.
this is an apple on the head and he shoots it. No, it's like in front of the well, whatever. Google William Tell, everybody, if you don't know the story. I like that play. Anyway, moving on.
Moving on to our last story from across Thailand. Squid Game's giant doll brings buzz to Bangkok. Yeah. Another day, another gimmick. Bangkok has become the stage for a dramatic promotional campaign once again as Netflix launches Squid Game Season 3, set to premiere on June the 27th. Giant animatronic versions of Young Hee, the Go-Go-Wa doll, and her male companion appeared near the giant swing and were paraded by boat along the Chao Phraya River. The dolls, complete with laser eyes and head movement, recreated the show's haunting visuals. At Icon Siam Park, fans joined immersive game experiences like Takji and Ayo Stop. This marks the final season of the hit South Korean survival drama, which first captivated global audiences in 2021 with its chilling, high-stakes children's games.
I think that was AEIOU.
Oh, was it? A-E-I-O-U?
Yeah. Threw me off too. But yeah, I think this is cool.
Yeah.
This is cool.
Sure.
There's a little bit of Squid Games. Are you caught up, by the way?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
I was kind of annoyed how season 2 ended, and then I realized that the whole story behind why they made season 2 and season 2 and 3 into 2 series. The director of the show himself didn't actually get any of the profits from the first season of Squid Game. So he was like, I've worked my whole life to become a successful director. This Squid Game has just gone global and made millions and millions, of which I will not see any. So let me, deservedly so, I guess,
I agree completely.
cash out on season 2 and 3.
Yeah, get it. Like, yeah, strike while the iron's hot, I say. But
I'm surprised the iron's still hot. I mean, do we still care as much about Squid Game?
well, it's one of those crossover things that there's a lot of fascination with Korean culture,
Yeah.
K-dramas in general. I mean, everybody hears about it. And then this one came along and actually crossed over very well.
Look, Tony Hussein in the live chat's got a great comment. He says season 2 was slow, not as good as season 1. Agreed. Look, season 1 was blockbuster, right? Season 2, it's difficult to keep up with 1, and then they slowed it down on purpose so that they could like milk every last cent out of that show to go to season 3. So hopefully season 3, because it's the final one, they'll go all out.
Right. Yeah. I'm still gonna be watching.
Yeah,
and
I'm still gonna be
it's
watching.
It's
Come
gonna
on now.
crush a lot of records. So.
We know what we're doing on the weekend.
We'll I'd be scared if they actually have laser eyes on these too.
Yeah.
This is getting a little too
Yeah,
close.
what do you do? Do you stop if like the doll just starts looking in your direction and the music stops?
I would.
That would be so cool though.
I'd
If
feel
everyone just
compelled
stopped in
to.
Icon Siam
Yeah.
at the Chao Phraya. Don't move. It's not me. It's the boat.
All right, guys. We're gonna do a flash mob. Let's do it. This will be fun. All right. Anyways, guys, that'll do it for our Thailand section of the news. Before we get into the ASEAN Now section, we're gonna hear a quick word from our sponsors. Tan.
Wow. That was a refreshing break.
It was. I guess. Are
I
we
mean-
back on?
Yeah. Oh, there's one thing I learned is that Fazwaz is Thailand's home for real estate. So check out fazwaz.com if you want to inquire about any property in Thailand. Or
Buy
land.
some,
They also just do land. Did you know that?
Just land?
Yeah, you don't even have to buy a house. Maybe you're just looking for a giant piece of land to open your casino complex.
Yeah. Yeah. There's.
Just saying,
You're right.
you know?
Yeah. Whatever you need. All right. Sorry. Are we buffering? I think we're good now. Right. We had a little hiccup over there. Well, okay. We're gonna get into our ASEAN Now section, and our first stop is, of course, Cambodia, where that country is now demanding Thailand fully reopen its border checkpoints. Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Manet, son of Hun Sen, has declared that all closed Cambodian border checkpoints will remain shut until Thailand fully reopens its own crossings to pre-June 7th conditions. Cambodia's move follows Thailand's decision to shorten checkpoint hours and temporarily close some crossings, including Buriram's Chongsai Taku. In response, Cambodia delayed its own opening hours and shut selected gates. Hun Manet insists Cambodia will reopen no later than 5 hours after Thailand does. You go first, or I won't.
Yeah.
But not before. Thailand, meanwhile, cites military tensions and awaits a regional border committee meeting before restoring full border access.
I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
Yeah, it feels a bit childish. I don't know. This whole thing feels a little
Yeah.
silly, I do have to say. It hasn't. Nobody's really been the adult in the room.
Yeah.
It feels like.
And the thing is, nobody really even cares. And what I mean by is like people living our general lives. It's like the only people who are affected are the people who can't trade or live around that border, just because these two this political tension is just kind of,
Yeah.
and it's like a big measuring contest.
Right. And important to note that on both sides of this, we have political dynasties, right? These are like families that have just been in power forever. And that,
Allegedly, Alex, from
Well,
our side.
yeah, I guess the Shinawats haven't had as good a luck of maintaining their power as the Hun clan has over in Cambodia. But it's
The Hun clan.
it's Hun Sen and Hun Manet. It's the
Clan
Hun
of
family. Yeah. But yeah, they've been able to maintain a pretty tight grip on power over there, whereas the Shinawats a little more tenuous. So it's an interesting situation, but for a lot of not so great reasons. Well, on to our next one, shall we, Jay?
All right, here we go. Let's talk about Malaysia. Malaysians say economy is top issue as Anwar retains 55% approval. A new Merdeka Center poll shows 73% of Malaysians view the economy as the nation's top issue, with inflation, growth, and jobs as key concerns. Despite this, Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim holds a steady 55% approval rating, up slightly since December 24. Public views on Malaysia's direction remain split. 50% believe it's headed the wrong way, though this is down from 61% a year ago. Optimism is higher among younger voters, while Indian and Malay respondents express dissatisfaction. Economic indicators show improvement, including 1.4% inflation and 4.4% growth, helped by a wage hike and subsidies.
Things are looking good in Malaysia.
Yeah.
people got to remember 55% doesn't sound like it's very high.
Oh, it's pretty decent.
It's very good. Anytime you're getting more than half of like approval, that's approval that you're doing the right thing. That means that the disapproval might be in the 30s or low 40s or something like that. Cool. I don't know. It's nice to be able to report some good news about something going on in our neighborhood. So
I mean, it doesn't swing as much as, let's say, for example, Philippines. When Bong Bong came into power, he had a huge majority, and then a couple of things go wrong, and it just swings into like over 10-15%, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah, I think it's in the Philippines. A lot of these countries in Southeast Asia, they've only been experimenting with democracy for a little bit. So
democracy.
I think democracy manifest, but one of these things that manifests itself, I can't help it, is when there is some stability and somebody's able to prove, look, all right, inflation's low, we got steady GDP growth, rewarded with like, yay, all right, cool. Stability is something that is desperately needed in this region of the world. So when it happens, it's nice to see it's recognized and rewarded. All right, this story, we have an ongoing story.
Okay.
And I'm not sure what the updates are. I was trying to research this before we came into the show. But apparently we are off to Indonesia, where a rescue is ongoing for a Brazilian tourist trapped in a volcano.
Oh.
Rescuers in Indonesia are searching for the 26-year-old Brazilian tourist Juliana Marins, who fell from a cliff while hiking near Mount Rinjani's crater. Despite early drone footage showing her alive, poor weather and extreme terrain have hampered rescue efforts. She was last seen 3 days ago with no access to food, water, or warm clothing. I have been told she's been seen more recently than that, though. Her family criticized authorities for keeping the trail open as tourists continued hiking nearby. Officials argue closing the route could create logistical issues. Mount Rinjani, known for its tough climbs and dangers, has seen fatal falls in the past. Rescue operations for Juliana have now resumed, but still unclear. It's a very difficult. They were talking about, all right, can we get a helicopter up there? She's like inside of the volcano, like down through the pit, so it's not safe flying conditions. But 3 days in this situation is really harrowing. Hopefully they'll be able to find her soon, get her reunited with her family.
I mean, look, there's a whole tourism with visiting volcanoes and stuff. I mean, like, this is something actually went wrong, right?
Yeah.
It's not like she was trying to be a daredevil or anything. But hopefully she gets rescued. It's going to be difficult. Rising temperatures, and it's a volcano.
Yeah.
It's a volcano.
That's not a good place to fall into.
Yeah. Thoughts and prayers go out to Juliana. Hopefully, let's bring her home.
Yeah, it is also interesting, too, that people are still allowed to hike in that area. I guess, shutting it down would create logistical issues. The authorities would still be able to get there, and the rescue efforts would. I don't know why it would still be good to have tourists walking around up there. Anyways, hopefully they can figure it out.
Yeah. All right, we'll move on to our last story from around the ASEAN region, taking us to Philippines as Sara Duterte pushes Senate to drop impeachment case.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Philippine Vice President Sara Duterte has urged the Senate to dismiss her impeachment case, arguing it violates the constitutional one-year ban on multiple impeachment proceedings. She was impeached in February over allegations of graft sedition and plotting against President Marcos Jr., which she denies. Duterte's defense claims prior complaints weren't formally processed, rendering the case invalid. However, House prosecutors argue only the fourth consolidated complaint counts. The Senate returned the articles for a certification by the new Congress, delaying the trial until July the 28th. A two-thirds Senate vote is required to convict Duterte, a leading contender for the 2028 presidency.
I doubt that they'll be able to get 2/3 to convict, right? That's a large majority, and they still enjoy tons of support. Not clear, it's pretty neck and neck in terms of the Marcos Jr. Again, one political dynasty. The Duterte is another political dynasty, and both enjoying a lot of support for their respective sides over there. Marcos Jr. though, is slipping down. Yeah. It's one of those things where when you are the one in power, there's a lot more scrutiny on what you're doing and if your policies are working. And the Duterte supporters are full-throated, like, this is all BS, let her go, cut the impeachment out, this is all politically motivated, which, it could be, I'm not sure. But it doesn't surprise me that she wants them to cancel the impeachment proceedings. Will she get her way?
Yeah.
Time will tell. All right, well
that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Those are some of the stories from across Thailand today. You can find more stories on thetiger.com or join in the conversation on any of these stories at
ASEANnow.com. Sorry.
That's Thailand's largest English news forum.
Thank you.
Yeah, for now we're click the
Oh.
like button, support the show.
Subscribe. You can hit the join button too. If you're watching here on YouTube, you can join and throw us a couple bucks a month so that you can enjoy benefits of, well, catching the live broadcast after it's aired. That's members only. You can also come into the studio whenever you're in Bangkok. Come meet us, grab a little swag bag off us, and you'll also get some cool emojis in the
Yeah,
chat if
that
you're
is
joining
true.
with the live. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, X, wherever. You'll see a lot of content that you would normally see here on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
All right, now let's dive into the comments, Jay.
Yeah.
If you like that story, please like and subscribe. And for more Thailand news, follow us on Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok at The Thaiger, or you can go to thethaiger.com and join the conversation.